skies darken, the air becomes thick and stuffy, and the storm rages for hours on end. The storm is nearly over, but the last few... You run after the fool and try... You go down the tunnel, and soon you hear You defeat the bandits. Their lair stands ready for looting. You search the back room. figure of a beautiful woman adorned in flowers and leaves appears before you as a daydream. A sweet smell of spring flowers and young lambs follows her, and everywhere she steps, the grass grows greener. And yet, as her foot lifts again, anything that lived withers. Her eyes are filled with sorrow. I seek not to do you harm, human child. I am but a lost god, fallen, stripped of my power to give life, robbed of my people, tainted forever by this rotting disease that is the darkness. Xivia was my name, but fear not. My curse is my own, and whatever vile force set it upon me, it cannot command me to do harm to another. I was once what you may call a god, but am no more. For what is a god if not a creature who serves its children? But I have none. I betrayed the light, and now I must serve penance. I took pity on some children of the night and told them of a way to keep the sun away. I didn't know it would last this long. I didn't know it would hurt this much. I will not speak of it anymore. The burden is mine. It is your injuries I wish to discuss, else I must leave now. I cannot offer to heal you as I once could, yet I can offer you a gamble. As part of the curse, my healing touch now carries the risk of a curse. The woman places her hand. Your wise ones complete the cleansing, and you feel an aura of magic shielding you from the dark hex placed upon the creature. She's As you make your way through the terrain, your herbalist spots an area where your herbalist carefully picks the right herbs, while the rest of the men keep a wary eye out for trouble. You already picked some of the herbs. You come across the room, you rummage through. You beat the enemy and find a hidden stockroom nearby. Before you is a group of black wolves attacking something. You see that the child is clearly You said you won. It was not easy, but both cat and child are... You come across a dead body lying in some sort of ditch. You search the corpse and find some of its belongings still intact. Now that you take... You come across a hidden stash, and it looks like whatever... You have your loot safe in... You stand... It turns out these were simply... As you look around and admire the world, you see something. You spot a group of... As you look around and admire the world, you see something. You spot the out... You find the remnants no sooner. You beat the enemy and find a hidden treasury nearby. come across the... As you beat the enemy and find a hidden stockroom nearby. A group of nomads is traveling through these lands. They are a mixed group, made up of all people. We are merely passing by and mean you no harm. Our people have survived together on the journey for many years now. Herbs. Wonderful, wonderful. May the journey keep... Another tremor shakes your village to its core. The fields around your home shake violently, and the skies turn dark and foreboding. The earth grumbles and cracks open, but before reaching your threshold, it all stops. In the midst of the chaos, you see a lone elderly man trying to make it to your gates. You run out and grab the old traveler, and together you run back into the relative safety of your homestead. The stranger speaks up, his voice tired and worn out.
Thank you, kind strangers. Well, this was very unwise, and yet it is strangely heartwarming to see kindness alive, even in this dark hour. Still, for all you know, I could be a bloodthirsty fiend, so I would advise more caution. Oh, I am but an old man, a nobody, a lone survivor, trying to spread the word, to warn others of the fate of my own home. Aye, you wouldn't think so, would you? But, alas, Thea has yet more destruction in store for us. It's the giants. The giants are returning, and when they come, we will all die. My home was struck by the tremors and destroyed into cinder. All that is left is a footprint of a creature I have never dreamt of. And I fear your own home may be in its path as well. I will not claim to know it all, for I am but one man, but I was the elder of my village, so I did hold some old knowledge. It is said that in the old days, far into the past, even before humans were made, the giants roamed Thea and wreaked terror on the land. Then later, our gods struck them down and they disappeared. But now, who knows? Maybe the darkness revived the beasts. Move your village? Are you insane? Did I not just say that all my people died because we lost our refuge? Maybe I did not. How did you survive the darkness? Yes, for Svarog, the darkness was a blow straight into his divine heart, taking away the very core of his power and might. But being a creature weaved from the sun's rays, Svarog was still able to sustain minimal amounts of sunshine for his beloved worshippers to live on. To make this possible, Svarog burned the mark of the sun deep into the soil under your homestead. It is this mark, burned with the very last of Svarog's divine strength, that allows you the connection to your Sun Lord. You cling to such trivial matters. I told you, I am no one, but I was a keeper of knowledge in my own home. I have studied the deities all my life. I collected knowledge and learned as much as I could so that one day I could fulfill my role. This role. The messenger is who I am. The point is, we are all intimately connected to our homesteads, and our deities can only help us if we keep our homes safe. Without those places, we are just another rubble of people, left to fend for ourselves, and that does not end well in the long term. The goddesses and gods are tethered to these locations, and until such time as they regain their full powers, they cannot survive if these places are destroyed. Stop them? I have no idea, but I suppose you will need more knowledge. You will need to find someone who has dealt with them before, or someone who may know why they came back. All I found in our old books was this ancient map. It refers to giants and to a place where a knowing man may dwell. This is why I set out on my mission. I swore to my last dying brethren that I will spread the word, and in doing so, perhaps someone, someday, will exact revenge for my home's demise. I must go now to seek out others and warn them. Here, have this bag from my last bodyguard to help your quest. The map points to a hillside far into the distance with the note, "The hills have eyes." You stumble across. You search the buildings. You are ambushed.
A group of thugs stands in your way, bearing weapons and vile grin.
You've got a pretty face and...
You flex your muscles. You sweet-talked the bandit captain so well, they are absolutely besotted with you. The ruffian kneels down. You discover you search the graveyard, and you can read some of the Elvish. Considering the silver chest, you open the crypt, and you have defeated the Striga. In the coffin, you discover a full set of armor, shield, and weapon that must have belonged to the damned. But alas, much of it is rotten away. Still, the silver chest. The whole land is many people get. Slavers are a sadly common sight in Thea these days. You take a look and realize that there is a band of people already scavenging the stones from this tower. You also see an old man tied up to a wooden pole. The men look armed and ready to fight. You beat the other scavengers, and those who survived run away. The man tied up to the wooden pole seems to be unconscious. He is dressed in long robes and looks unremarkable and weak. Your wise one took out their kit and mixed up some poultice to help the old man. It looks sketchy for a time, but it looks like he will live. He joins your village. You are now free to take as much of the stone as you use your tools and gather the stone. You see the skies darken and the air getting heavy. The wind picks up and thunder strikes. Strangely, you realize very quickly that you must have stumbled upon it. You know the right... The ritual worked, and the Vili shriek in pain and run away from you. You enter the ruins of an old city, steeped in a low-hanging mist and a... A sudden gust of wind rushes towards you and throws you off your... You hold on tight and manage to steady yourselves. Only a few steps ahead, you take the